Bad day to be out there for the last day, huh?
No, I know Carl and Amanda and their families were out, and I'm sure a lot of people were because this is one of the nicer, cooler days that we've had so far this year for the fair. Everybody says it rains at the state fair. This is one of the few years that it has not rained officially at the state fair. We had a couple sprinkles yesterday, but that doesn't amount to anything. And you can see it's not going to rain out there this evening with crystal clear blue skies, a north breeze, and that north wind, it has been refreshing out there, and it will make a big difference here this evening because we have dry air in place, and once that sun sets, those temperatures will cool pretty quickly into the 70s, and that north wind will bring a little bit of a coolness or a chill to the air, especially here for the overnight first thing tomorrow morning. But like Sylvia mentioned, it was still a little warm out there with that sunshine. 87 degrees, the official high temperature here in Oklahoma City. Middle 80s to upper 80s to the north, some low 90s to near 100 still across the Red River as that cold front did not make it in there until later this afternoon. But that cold front's charging its way off towards the south, and it'll make its way all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. And that will make a big difference for our week of weather. I'll explain why here coming up. North winds at around 20, 86 degrees, but that relative humidity bone dry at 22%. So again, if you're heading out to the fair or just going to find a patio and enjoy the last hours of the weekend, it's going to be very delightful out there as those north winds will stay up there around 10 to 15 out of the north-northeast as temperatures across the state already starting to cool down from those afternoon high temperatures, already lower in the middle 80s to low 90s. And again, that northeast wind still a little gusty to about mid-evening, and then beyond that, once the sun sets, we'll get into the overnight. Not as gusty, but still a little breeze out of the north that will continue. And like I mentioned, bone dry air, relative humidity in the low 20s. So yes, the wildfire threat will be a concern this week because of the dry air, because the north winds will take that humidity, the tropical moisture all the way into the Gulf of Mexico as we see a lot of sunshine. Tropical weather, a lot of tropical moisture is here across east of the Yucatan, south of Cuba. This is Tropical Storm Ian, and it's getting its act together, and it'll likely become a hurricane tomorrow afternoon, and a major hurricane as it maybe clips the western side of Cuba, and it will not change the course. The Cuba, western half of Cuba, not the mountainous, and this will continue to strengthen as it hits the warm Gulf of Mexico waters, maybe a Category 4 hurricane Wednesday morning, and the latest takes it now west of Tampa and maybe up towards Tallahassee as a weakening hurricane, but nonetheless, all eyes in the southeast are watching that. That will dictate our weather as any big storms like that hold the weather pattern. It doesn't allow it to change. North flow, dry air, a little bit cooler, but a lot of sunshine, and we are looking dry for the foreseeable future. We might see rain here by Thanksgiving here, folks. It just looks like that as we enter October with warm, dry weather, and again, pretty quiet weather with those temperatures remaining in the 80s. Muggy meter, amazing. Low humidity values all this week. So despite the warm temperatures, the humidity will be nice for mornings and overnights. And here tonight down into the 50s, lots of sunshine tomorrow. We'll make it into the lower to middle 80s, and those 80s will continue with lots of sunshine, cool, comfortable mornings and evenings as we say hello to October and just stay in very warm temperatures there with lots of sunshine. Sylvia.